What's up, guys? It's Malachi here, and we're gonna be playing Geometry Dash. Okay. Hopefully, someone actually goes on my live and let's play. Entire screen. Come on. Yeah. And now I'm gonna go on my phone so then I can see you chat. Okay. So then I can see you chat. So then the thing. All I have to do is have a look at the chat and it's done. Okay, let's play. Okay, no one's on live just yet. Okay, I'm gonna play Time Machine, but before I do, I'm going to add music off because the music can't be in this. Alright, now let's actually play. Cat, who's on this live? Could you please comment if you could? Cat, come on. It's laggy, by the way, but I can't even buy play. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna put um show progress bar and then also show info label on cat. So then I know how many taps or how many clicks. Hold on. I'm gonna have a look where the clicks are. So taps is 0. Okay. Ah, that's where. Okay. It's laggy, so should I put OBS? Should I put OBS on? Um, I'm not sure if this computer can have OBS. Um, actually, nah, nah. Um, hopefully, um, I'm gonna try and play the level. How? No! Guys. Actually, I'm gonna start off with horror stories. So then I could actually think. Okay, let's go to um horror stories. I'm gonna have a look on my iPad, not my phone. The hell? Okay. Where's my Wi-Fi there? Okay. Now, let's go to Google. And let's search up horror stories to tell in the dark. Horror stories to tell in the dark. Okay. There. 67 true horror stories to tell in the dark. That's the name. Okay. Now let's have a look at the website, actually. Where is it? Thought. Okay. I would say writers there. Creepy catalog there. Cat. Why is it taking longer than usual? Uh, one creepy catalog. Why is it not? Okay. There. Found one. This is a short ghost story found on Reddit. It's actually super creepy. Um the thing actually says on the website. Um one. Story 1. The puppy in the basement. Mummy told me to never go in the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see a puppy. So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see I didn't see a puppy, and then Mum yanked me out of the basement and yelled, cried. Oh, I meant Mummy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me. Mummy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad, and I cried. Then Mummy told me to go into the basement again. Then Mummy told me never to go to the into the basement again. And she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better. So I didn't ask her why. The boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. Holy heck, that's freaking creepy. Holy heck, that's creepy. That's really creepy, guys. Let's read another one. Nunchucks. Okay. Michelle Folick Young had a strange experience with her 2-year-old daughter submitted to movie plot. So this one's fake or possibly real. I'm not sure. When my daughter was 2, I found her twirling paper towel tubes tied with twine in the air. I asked her what she was doing, and she said she was practicing her nunchucks. I was very confused as she'd have no way of knowing what they were. I asked her what she meant, and she said that Adam had told her how to make them and showed her each night how to use them. She went on to say that Adam told her to practice because she may need to know how to defend herself someday. I also freaked out, but asked her what Adam looked like. She said he was tall, blonde, and had blue eyes. She said, Mummy, you know how he looks. You know him. He died of a headache. I had to leave the room. You see, 4 months before she was born, my tall, blonde, blue-eyed martial artist pro friend had died of a brain aneurysm. I don't know what that means. Oh, hi, plane came may be though. Dude. Okay, now let's get back to doing it. Okay. I'm gonna say 4 months. You see, 4 months before. 4 months before he died of a headache, I had to leave the room. He was born, my tall, 4 months before he was born, she was born, my tall, blonde, blue-eyed martial artist pro friend had died of a brain aneurysm at the age of 27. She has not spoken of him since that day. So I'm not sure if I scared her with my reaction or if she had completed her lessons. That's scary. I'm putting this hoodie on. This next one is scary. I think there's someone under the bed. Sometimes the very short ghost stories are the best. And this tale from Reddit via BuzzFeed tells the story of a father putting his young son to bed. I began tucking him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I looked underneath for his amusement and see another him under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." That's literally scary. Okay, this one isn't that scary. The chair. When my sister Betsy, Betsy and I were kids, our family lived for a while in a charming old farmhouse. We loved exploring its dusty corners and climbing the apple tree in the backyard. But our favorite thing was the ghost. We called her Mother because she seemed so kind and nurturing some mornings. Betsy and I would wake up on each of our nightstands. We'd find a cup that hadn't been there the night before. Mother had left them there, worried that we'd get thirsty during the night. She just wanted to take care of us. Among the home's original furnishings was an antique wooden chair, which we kept against the back wall of the living room. Whenever we were preoccupied watching TV or playing a game, Mother would inch that chair forward across the room towards us. Sometimes she'd manage to move it all the way to the center of the room. We always felt sad putting it back against the wall. Mother just wanted to be near us. Years later, long after we'd moved out, I found an old newspaper article about the farmhouse's original occupant, a widow. She'd murdered two children by giving them each a cup of poisoned milk before bed. She had hung herself. The article included a photo of the farmhouse's living room with a woman's body hanging from a beam. Beneath her, knocked over, was that old wooden chair placed exactly in the center of the room. Okay, if that, did it get colder in here, or is it just me? That's scary. Literally, that's freaking scary. Story 5. The Ghost at Home. Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at the local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at, the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to call mine. After 2 rings, someone answered, gave out a low, raspy giggle, and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave up as a lost cause and headed home. I found my phone laying on my nightstand right where I left it. That's scary, guys. Super, super short ghost stories. That's a horror story, too. Finally, something a little different. The Metro wanted to put together something spooky and came up with these 1 or 2 sentence ghost stories that were designed to get you thinking. So here are my favorites. These are my favorites actually. I've read these before. Mummy, the man at the top of the stairs says you should leave. The next one is I woke up to hearing knocking on glass. At first, I thought it was the window until I heard it come from the mirror again. That's creepy. The next one is there's nothing like the laughter of a baby unless it's 1 a.m. and you're home alone. I don't get that though. Can someone in the chat actually um comment what that means? Ooh, there's also ghost hunts here too, guys. Scroll to events. Upcoming ghost hunts. I want to know if there's free ghost hunts. Okay. Well, since I told you guys horror stories, hopefully um people actually subscribe. No one even subscribed. Oh, who's this on the live? Um, here's another. If you want to hear a horror story, actually, comment down below in the chat if you want to hear a horror story. Okay, now let's play Geometry Dash then, because no one's even on this live. Besides one person. Okay. Oh, so you clicked back on, so then we play Geometry Dash. Okay, let's just play Geometry Dash. Cat. Okay. Oh, fudge. I'm gonna make a new level, guys. Okay. It's not gonna be catalysmic pulse. I'll make that later. Is ultimate GD. Oh, that's a good one I could actually sing. Let's put the music on. Okay. Now, before I make the level, I want level suggestions. What should I make? I'm gonna have a look in the chat so I know what you guys are saying. Um, if anyone wants to do level suggestions, how do I make a poll? Though. A poll. Cat. Should I do your guys' suggestions on my new no, on the new level I'm making. Yes. Please. Please. Nope. Start poll. Cat. It's loading, guys. Okay. Okay, now let's have a look. I'm going to go on one of my other accounts. Oh, someone's on live. If you're there, comment down below in the chat. Hold on. Yeah. End poll. End stream.